Welcome back to Momzoo Adventures. Today I am at Gunwharf, and honestly, it's one of those days. The light is doing something beautiful. The air is doing that thing where it's just crisp enough to make you feel alive. And I've got my camera with me, as you can see. But I want to use today's video to talk about something a bit deeper than the walk itself. Because while I am out here, behind the lens, moving through this place, I keep thinking about the version of me that almost never did this. The version of me that bought the gear and then let it sit in the corner of the room. The version of me that wanted this, genuinely wanted this, but still couldn't bring himself to step out of the door with the camera. And I think there's somebody watching this right now and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So today, this walk, this video, it's for you. Stick with me. Let me take you back a little bit and give you some backstory about myself on how I thought of starting photography. I mean proper photography, not just snapping things on my phone. I had this vision in my head. I could see it clearly. Me out in nature, capturing these incredible shots, walking through places like these with a purpose. Coming home with images I was proud of. The vision was vivid. The execution, though, that was a different story. Because the moment I thought about actually doing it, actually going somewhere in public and taking out a proper camera, pointing it at something while the other people were around, something happened. A voice that said, "Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are walking around like a photographer? What if someone asks you what you're doing? What if they can see that you don't really know what you're doing? What if you take terrible pictures and someone sees?" And I know how irrational that sounds when I say it loud. I know, but if you have felt it, you know it doesn't feel irrational at the moment. In that moment, it feels like the most reasonable thing in the world to just not do it, to wait until you're more confident, until the conditions are perfect. And so I waited. I waited for weeks, then months, and the camera sat there. And the vision stayed in my head, and every time I thought about it, there was a little bit more shame attached, because now I hadn't just not started. I had a camera, I wasn't using it, and a dream I wasn't chasing. That's a very perfect kind of frustration, and if you are in that right now, I want you to know I see you, I've been there, and there's a way through it. It just requires one thing. You already know what I'm going to say. You have to start. Hobbies can cost money. So whether it's photography, whether it's hiking, whether it's cycling, painting, woodworking, music, or whatever your thing is, at some point you are going to spend money on it. Equipment, subscription, trips, courses, tools, it adds up. And the world has a very particular way of making you feel about that. What's the return of investment? Are you making money from it? When it's going to pay off, and if the answer is never, it's purely something you do because you love it, then sometimes the world treats that like a character flaw, like spending money on something that doesn't generate income is something somehow irresponsible or immature. I want to push back on that hard, because let me ask you something. What's the return on investment of a good meal with people you love? What's the return of investment of a film that makes you cry? What's the return of investment of a Sunday afternoon where you did absolutely nothing productive and felt completely at peace? We don't apply that logic to everything. We just apply it to things people are brave enough to pursue out of pure passion. And I think that's backwards. Your hobby is not a failed business. It's not a business at all. It's the part of your life where you get to be fully, unapologetically human, where you get to make things or explore things or capture things, not because someone is paying you, not because it's on that task list, but because something in you comes alive when you do it. That's not a waste of money. That's arguably the best money you'll ever spend. I've spent money on this camera. I've spent money getting out here. I've spent time, a lot of time, learning, practicing, failing, trying again. And I'll do it all again tomorrow. Because out here walking through Gunwharf, camera in my hand, light doing what it's doing, I'm exactly who I want to be. So, no return on investment is required to be calculated. I think we have all heard this quote that the best camera is the one you have with you. Simple, yeah? But think about what that actually means. It means that the perfect moment doesn't wait for you to upgrade. It doesn't pause while you have to save up for better equipment. It happens now, in front of you. And what matters is whether you showed up. So, show up with whatever you have. Okay. Your hobby doesn't need to make you money to make you happy. We live in a world that has commodified everything, every skill, every passion, every talent. There's always someone telling you to monetize it, to turn it into a side hustle, to build a brand around it. And maybe one day you will, maybe one day I will, but that cannot be the reason you start. And it cannot be the measure of whether it's worth continuing. Start because it makes you happy. Full stop. Everything else becomes a bonus. Every single person we admire in any creative field, may it be photography, filmmaking, writing, they all started at some point exactly where we are right now. They were uncertain, they were fumbling, taking bad shots, writing sentences that they will later delete, making videos they'd never publish. The shaky hands are part of it. They are not a sign that you shouldn't be doing this. They are a sign that you are doing something that matters to you. Shake and shoot anyway.
Shit me, bro.
For a long time I felt like I needed permission or justification, or at least some kind of explanation for why I was out here doing this. And gradually, slowly, I'm letting this go. You do not have to owe anyone an explanation for your joy, for your curiosity, for the thing that gets you up in the morning, for the walk you took alone with a camera on a random weekday. You do not owe anyone that reason. So just get out there and do it. I've taken hundreds of pictures today, hundreds, and most of them won't make the final edit. Some of them are blurry, badly framed, the light shifted at the wrong moment, and I don't care, not even a little, because the practice of taking the shot, of seeing something, of deciding it's worth capturing, of pressing the shutter, that's where the skill lives, that's where the eye develops, that's where you grow. The bad shots are not failures, they are tuition. Here's what nobody tells us about starting a creative hobby. The beginning is uncomfortable, but it moves very fast, because when you start from zero, every single session teaches you something. Every walk, every shoot, every attempt, you come away knowing something you didn't know before. It might be a technical thing, understanding light or something, or even framing. Or it might be something less tangible. What subjects speak to you? What conditions inspire you? What kind of photographer you really want to be? And that knowledge compounds slowly, at first, then suddenly, and one day you look at your pictures and you think, I did that, I actually did that, and that moment, that is worth everything. Progress in a hobby is deeply personal. You are not racing anyone. You are not on a leaderboard. You are on your own timeline, moving at your own pace, getting better in your own way, giving yourself the grace to be a beginner, give yourself the patience to be in the middle, and trust that the improvement is happening even when you can't see it yet, because it is. It always is. As long as you keep showing up, you will always keep improving. If this video has nudged you closer to what you want to do, then hear me clearly. Nobody started confident. Nobody started perfect. We all start nervous and unsure, but we start anyway. So take that camera out, go to that place, book the trip, sign up for the class, make the thing. Do it scared if you have to. Just do it. Because somewhere down the road, you will look back at this moment and realize this was the best thing you ever did for yourself. So my name is Momzoo, and this is just me doing what I love. I'll see you in the next adventure. Like, subscribe, and share.